The ANC NEC says that its priority will be to speed up inclusive economic growth. It's touted black economic empowerment as integral to the plan. The NEC meeting also looked at the State Capture Commission report, and it says all party members implicated should present themselves to the Integrity Commission. For more on this, we've got eNCA reporter Moloko Moloto, who has been following that NEC meeting. Very interesting themes that the NEC chose to focus on here, Moloko: economic inclusion as well as state capture. Was there any spotlight that was put on the power crisis that South Africa currently finds itself in?
Well, that is true, Rofiwa. The issue of the ongoing load shedding was surely on the agenda when the ANC met over the weekend. That meeting ended yesterday. In fact, we understand that the Public Enterprises Minister Pravin Gordhan, under whom Eskom falls, also briefed the NEC there. And the NEC obviously came out with recommendations, several of those. One of them is that Eskom should actually consider limiting the load shedding to lower stages. Our viewers would obviously be aware that currently we seem to be moving either between stage 4 and stage 6. So the NEC is saying that while it understands that there's a need to stabilize the national grid, so the Eskom should really consider, minimizing the pain on South Africans. But another thing with regard to electricity, the NEC is actually urging Eskom to consider ensuring that it increases maintenance of its plants. But also, what for me was outstanding was that the ANC is saying that government should encourage businesses and households to resort to renewable energy. And we know, Rofiwa, that buying those rooftop solar panels, it's actually not cheap for many South Africans who currently are having to deal with the cost of living that is rising. So it surely is not going to be an easy thing for the majority of South Africans. But then we asked Pule Mabe, who speaks for the National Executive Committee of the ANC, to say, how then do you expect indigent or poor South Africans to afford such luxury goods? And he's saying that they are calling, as the ANC, on government to consider subsidizing poor households, saying that if government has done it with the set-top boxes and government has also subsidized the poor at the height of COVID-19 with the 350 rand subsidies, surely government should consider this, Rofiwa.
I want to move on to the state capture issue now, Moloko, and that was also a very important talking point for the NEC, I'm sure. They say that they need to present themselves to the Integrity Commission, those who have been implicated in the report. Explain to us how exactly that would work. Does one offer themselves up to the Integrity Commission, or does the Commission call on individuals to come and explain themselves? I guess what we want to know here, is it a voluntary process or are you summoned?
Well, Rofiwa, let me take you back to 2012. When the ANC held its national conference in Mangaung, because that's when this Integrity Commission was actually set up from that particular Congress. The idea there was that those who are in the wrong side of the law should voluntarily approach the commission, and so that they can present themselves there. They should not necessarily have to wait for the conclusion of their legal troubles. So even in this case, the ANC is saying those whose names are in these reports of the Zondo Commission, we know that people such as the Deputy Minister of Water and Sanitation, even that is David Mahlobo, even Gwedemandashe, the national chairperson of the ANC itself, even the president, of course, that depends on the the degree or the seriousness of those funding against those individuals. Even the former President Jacob Zuma, the allegation is that some of the money stolen from the State Security Agency found its way to the former president. So the ANC is saying present and past leaders of the ANC must do the right thing and go and present themselves and explain themselves before the Integrity Commission. But then I asked, obviously, with the current leaders, it could be easy if you don't go there. Presumably, the ANC might end up taking action against you. What about then people who are no longer in public office? Because presumably there's not much you can do about those unless if you say you would terminate their membership. But then the ANC, in the words of spokesperson Pulemabe, saying that, look, the onus is on the leaders of the ANC. If they love the ANC, if they understand the values of the ANC, they should be going there themselves with the intention of protecting the integrity and the image of the ANC. As to whether these people will go, I think we all wait to see that. But with those who are currently in office, presumably they will honor that call, but I'm not too sure if those who are no longer in office really would be interested in doing so.
Absolutely. We've seen in the past, Moloka, that it's very difficult for our public officials and high-ranking members of the ANC, some of them anyway, to do the right thing as they've been called to do in this instance.